So this bench used to be over in that corner next to the ML7 with some 8 or 9x2s on top of it. Because I had to do away with all these benches and I'm redoing the workshop, I was going to repurpose this to house the milling machine, which is in the other half of the workshop at the moment, and it is in my way. So what I wanted to do was put it on wheels so that I can weed it about, because I'm going to put it over the door, but I want to be able to move it off of the door when I want to use the door, if I want to get anything big in and out of here. Otherwise it's got to go round corners. Anyway, so all I've done is put this plywood bottom in it, because it was just down on the legs. It did, the original legs come down to there, so I sawed them off there, made these little brackets to bolt these wheels onto that I had laying about, put this bit, the 4x2 across the bottom there to raise this side up a bit, and the plan is that this side is a little tiny bit higher than this side, so that I can put these little chock bits in underneath the wheels when I get it set up, so that it's not wobbling about on the wheels, which is fine. That was alright. And then I'm going to put some sides on it and put a brace down there and put a shelf and that in it, so I can put all the stuff that goes with the milling machine inside it. But it's taken me nearly all day to do these little brackets, put these wheels on, saw these bits of wood up and whatever. It's taken me about 4.5 to 5 hours, and I cut me thumb. So that's the wheels are on, the sides are on, the back's on. I put a couple of bits of 2x2 inside to put a shelf on it. I'm going to put a drawer in that little hole there eventually. Got to make that. And I've got a bit of the old bench which I've cut, which is going to be the top. My thinking behind this is the hand wheel on the milling machine, it just comes quite close to the bottom, so I'm going to have that bit there just so I don't catch me knuckles when I'm using the hand wheel. But anyone who's ever used a milling machine will know that they chuck shit everywhere, so now I'm going to make a bit of an enclosure to go around the top of it. There's the shroud. It's just a couple of bits of ply and some 2x1, couple of bits of ply, bit of 2x1 in the corners just screwed together, and it's detachable so I can take it off if I need to. I very much doubt whether these sides will stay like that. I'm sure I'll alter them when they get in the way or something, but in the meantime, that'll do it. I've got to make a drawer and put some doors on it and a shelf. Right, that's all I'm going to do with that for a while. The next thing I'm going to do is clean up this bandsaw. And I'm taking it off of this stand. I've got another smaller stand. It'll mean it'll have a smaller footprint and it'll fit on there a bit better. So that's my next thing. Get this off of here, get the little stand I've got over, and put this bandsaw, after I've cleaned it up, on the little stand. Some of you may remember that the actual cover for the bandsaw got all melted and buggered up. I've hung on to it, I ain't gone on a skip yet because I want to get the screw things that go onto here off of it, because I am going to have to make some sort of cover for it because it's a bit ferocious with them blades whizzing round. But that's a later on job. For now I'm just going to transfer it onto another stand. As you can see, it's got an awful lot of smoke damage on it. This was right by the door, I think, and copped a lot of the heat and the It still works because I've been using it, but well, let's see how it responds to a scouring pad and some elbow grease. Oh, here's the bandsaw. Let me just twist it round a bit. Oh, here's the bandsaw. It's cleaned up quite well. Certainly not as good as new, but it wasn't as good as new before the fire. So, I mean, this bandsaw, I've had it, I mean, it actually must be getting on for nearly 30 years now. It's an Inca Euro 260, and it has been fantastic. It's been a brilliant tool, this, because back in the days when I used to make pine furniture, this got an awful lot of work. And well, it served me really well, and it's still going strong. I'll put it on the new little stand. I put a base on that stand, which was pretty difficult. I had to take it to bits to do it. It's got wheels on the other side and these two little blocks just to stop it moving about. The wheels are lockable. But now I can trundle that around the workshop. I will put another shelf on that other, where them red things are, just so I can pug shit up on there, because I have an habit of pugging stuff up all over the place. And I would have to make some sort of cover for it so that that blade's a bit covered up when it's whizzing round. But I'm pleased with that. Now it's another job done. You've got a smelly breath. You've got a smelly breath. Yeah, you've got a smelly breath, you little ferocious beast. Oh, you little ferocious boy. Made a couple of doors for the cabinet. I painted the cabinet, just made the doors, done it the wrong way around, but there you go. But I'm about to put the catches on the doors. I'm going to put these ones on. Now, all my life I've called these Space Invaders, because the timber merchants I go to, or used to go to a lot when I was working and that, and I've been going to them for about 40 years. When I very first went there to get some of these, I said to the blokes behind the jump, have you got any of them springy door catch things? And they said, Space Invaders. And they got one out and I said, yep, that's them. And all my life now I've gone in there when I wanted these and asked for Space Invaders. But now most of the blokes who did work there, who pretty much worked there all my working life as well, but they're nearly all gone. In fact, they're all gone, I think. And I went there the other day and asked a kid behind the jump for some Space Invaders, and he didn't have a Scooby-Doo what I was talking about. I think they're actually called roller catches or something, spring roller catches. Now it's not the kids' fault, because they're not called Space Invaders. But it's just another bit of my history that's disappeared. I'll stick them on. So I put the doors on there and some knobs and some catches and painted it. As now, I've still got to make a little drawer for it, but that'll come later. Now it's ready to receive the milling machine. I've just got to clean up all this shit and them drawers over there that was in the cupboard, that is all the milling machine stuff that all needs cleaning and sorting out. Put a little handle on there so that I can whiz it about. So there you have it, another week in the workshop. Not a lot happens, does it, from week to week? It's such a slow process. I did empty out some boxes I had in the other bit, only because I was really looking for something. I was looking for some drifts to, when I was pissing about with that motor and gearbox, so I had to empty these out to find them, and I never did find them. But that's it. This paint I used here is supposed to be light grey. In this shithole it looks white, but it's a mid-sheen paint, and it was in a clearance thing down B&Q's for 13 quid for 2.5 litres, so that's what I bought to do them. It's not really for the aesthetic qualities of the paint, it's more to help try and keep it clean so it don't just soak up. It will soak up all the oil and shit anyway, but might make it a little bit easier to clean it. But that's about it for this Wednesday waffle. I'll see you next week hopefully. Bye for now. And this little fat fella, go on, look at the camera and say bye for now. He do get in the way a lot, but he's a dear little fella. Go on, just gonna have a cup of tea.